Hello, my name is Brady, and I grew up in a church named the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, or Mormons for short. There have been a lot of topics and issues in the Mormon church that I've wanted to talk about, but previously had no way to. That is why I've made this YouTube channel. One of the topics that I want to talk about are patriarchal blessings and my experience in receiving mine. In this video, I will explain what a patriarchal blessing is, how you get a patriarchal blessing in the Mormon church, and why my patriarchal blessing is of no use to me personally. A patriarchal blessing in the Mormon church is God directly telling you what the future holds based on your righteousness, obedience, and faithfulness. So it's kind of saying, if you're faithful and obedient, then certain things will happen. To get a patriarchal blessing, you have to go to the bishop of your ward. A bishop is at the head of a ward that usually consists of 150 to 500 members. When you get interviewed by the bishop for a patriarchal blessing, you have to explain to him what led you to wanting one. After the interview, the bishop will set up an appointment with the patriarch if he thinks you are ready to receive the blessing. When you meet with the patriarch, he will ask you some questions about your faith in God. He will then explain to you what to expect from the blessing and what it means. He then lays his hands on your head and gives you the blessing. So what I was told is that God is directly telling the patriarch what to say. So the blessing is supposedly coming directly from God. To avoid boring you too much, I'm only going to be talking about a few sentences in my patriarchal blessing. Now, while I was reading my patriarchal blessing, it reminded me of fake psychic readings. A fake psychic will ask you very general questions to increase their chances of being right. This makes it seem like they are magically able to divine events that have happened in your life, or say something about your personality that you can relate with. So now let's get into the patriarchal blessing itself. Now this next part of the video is going to be more relaxed, just so it can be more of so I can say what comes to my mind. And so I can also, read the sentences and parts of the blessing that I want to talk about. So the first sentence that I want to talk about, this is what it says. This is part of the blessing. It says, you will be able to have the opportunity of gaining an education at the best universities that are on this earth. So that's just sort of like I was talking about earlier. It's just sort of a promise. This is one of those things that will happen if you are faithful and obedient. So when I first read this sentence, I realized there was a couple of issues. I acknowledge that some universities are generally better than others, but when it comes to what university you should attend, it really comes down to what you are studying. So I feel like the best university for you personally is going to be different from someone else's. If you're going to X university, or sorry, if you are studying X topic, then it's probably better for you to go to Y university. If you're studying topic A, then it's probably better for you to study at university B or school B. So it's kind of the best universities is just kind of a relative thing based on what you are studying. So me reading this is not, very useful to me. Let's see. Here's one. It says, you have been given special talents, gifts, and personality that is inviting and enduing. This didn't really make sense to me because I never really thought of myself as more likable than, the next person. I certainly wouldn't say I have special talents when it comes to my personality, although I guess that isn't referring to that part. Anyway, yeah, so if for some reason someone likes me over someone else, it's probably because I'm a people pleaser and feel like I have to put my mental health over put someone else's mental health over my own. But yeah, I wouldn't say I'm like more likable than the next guy. So this doesn't really help. Honestly, if someone came up to me and tried to compliment me, that would be more useful than this. Actually a lot more useful, but yeah, just going back to like the fake psychic thing, this is sort of what I feel like. You have been given special talents, gifts, and personality that is inviting and enduing. All of these are like very general, like catch-all statements. Like, you will fit this statement one way or another. And if you somehow happen to not fit this statement, it means that you have not been faithful or something along those lines. Here's a couple of other sentences. This one says, you will have the opportunity of finding a mate, and you will have the opportunity to bless many lives. You will have an opportunity to serve a mission. Yeah, all these sentences have like the word opportunity at the beginning of them, and that just increases the chance that it could be true, because most people in the Mormon church are going to have at some point in their life will have the opportunity to go on a mission, will have the opportunity to get married, will have the opportunity to bless many lives. Like, you're going to fit these statements one way or another, especially when it says you have the opportunity. Well, technically, I have the opportunity right now to go bless lives, to go help people. It's already been fulfilled. So yeah, I guess why I wanted to get a patriarchal blessing was to see if it could help me, look forward and say, hey, I'm going to do this stuff. This is going to help me keep going, Nope. It's just someone saying really general statements that is extremely likely to apply to me. It's a fake psychic reading, if you could say that. So anyway, those are my feelings about my patriarchal blessing. I will be making another video, and it's going to be about a couple issues in the Mormon church, and potential solutions to those issues. So, stay tuned if you want to watch that. Thanks for watching the video. See ya!